Hey everybody, Christian Grest here. Thanks for watching. So as I'm recording this video, it's actually June 6, 2019. So over the years, I've tried to make it a point to take one of my M1 Garands out to the range every year on D-Day, the anniversary of D-Day, to kind of remember that event. It's a pretty pivotal event, especially during World War II in the European theater, but in modern history, so many Americans gave their lives that day. So I try to remember those by taking some time to exercise my freedom and head out to the range with a little bit of a piece of history, just to again try to pay respects in my own way to those that fought and died on that day for our freedom, as well as those in Europe. So so I used to own a 1944, actually manufactured in June of 1944 Winchester, and I always referred to it as my D-Day M1 Garand. Unfortunately, I no longer own that one, but I still have a couple of Springfield M1 Garands, and so I took the opportunity to take my 1944 December Springfield M1 Garand out to the range and did a little bit of shooting with it, with bayonet mounted, mind you. So along with that, I also have a 1940 Factory 42 German K98K Mauser, and I also took that out to the range at the same time to fire off some rounds. So I thought, again, just kind of my way to remember the event. So many people that have known me for any length of time know that I'm an avid collector of older World War II specific era firearms, and so I if only some of these firearms could talk, the things that they've seen or been through would be pretty impressive, I'm sure. Not to mention, or not to forget, those that actually handled or carried these firearms. So again, been a collector for quite a number of years, and any chance I get to share one of these old firearms with somebody maybe that doesn't really know what they are or is curious, there's probably not as many of these types of firearms around as there once was. And another way that I used to try to pay homage to those that use these firearms, as well as the historical significance of these, was to do some vintage service rifle matches and that sort of thing, whether it be a Garand, CMP Garand match, or just a regular vintage match where you can use whatever, as long as it was older than a certain age. So for folks that are interested in owning one of these M1 Garands, all of the ones that I've owned over the years and the ones that I currently own have came from the civilian marksmanship program. So they have a couple stores. One is located in Anniston, Alabama, I believe, and then the other one is up in Camp Perry in Port Clinton, Ohio. So that's where they hold the annual national matches. And there are some requirements. You have to show some marksmanship quality. So if you're prior military and you have marksmanship, that qualifies you. The other thing is that you must belong to a club that's affiliated some way with the civilian marksmanship program. And quite honestly, So I'm a member of the Garand Collectors Association, and but a lot of your local clubs that hold CMP matches also might be affiliates. So the Garand Collectors Association is pretty cool because they do publish a quarterly magazine, and it's really a nice magazine. But you know, you can join whatever club that's that you choose to join that's affiliated with the civilian marksmanship program. So, but once you do that, then it qualifies you to either do a mail order for a M1 Garand, or if you happen to be fortunate enough to live close enough to one of the stores, you can actually visit there on your own and then hand select an M1 Garand. So that's what I did. I lived for a period of time. I lived close enough to the North Store up in Ohio, and that gave me the opportunity to stop by there. And over the period of years, you know, I would stop by on occasion and look and see what I could find that fit my collection. So that, in my opinion, is the best option for finding an M1 Garand if you want one, you know, for historical reasons or collection or both. I don't have a lot of them. I have a couple now that I plan on passing down to my daughters at some point down the line. But yeah, so they're only going to go up in value, and really a nice way to remember those that fought for this country over the years, and that's kind of what they mean to me. The M1 Garand, so, or any one of the other service rifles that have been used by our country's military over the years. So, but anyways, you know, again, this is how I remember D-Day, taking a couple old rifles out and shooting them. And you know, please just remember, you know, remember why we have the freedom that we do have. And you know, just remember, you know, remember those that fought and died for us, especially this day, D-Day. Really means you know, quite a bit to me and quite a few others. So, but anyways, enough rambling on for me. Thanks again so much for watching, and you know, I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.